Okay, y'all. I'm about to make some T-bone steak with some gravy. I'm about to show y'all how I do it. Follow my journey. Chef 101, just the basics. So this is my aromatics. I roughly chopped it up. Once the heat start hitting it and I start hitting it with the wooden spatula, it's gonna start coming apart more. But green bell pepper, onion, and garlic and celery. That's called the Holy Trinity. I didn't have any white onions, so I used the red onion. And I love red onions too. And the red onion is going to give it a peel. It's going to look good in the gravy. But yeah, this is your aromatics. When you start off any dish, you toss this in the roux or you toss this in the grease. Then, everything else come next. Trust me, that's cooking 101 to flavor your seasonings. Okay, y'all. So I season my steak up with half a lime, onion powder, garlic powder, Tony Chachere's, parsley flakes, curry powder, cayenne pepper. Just some basic seasonings put together, you hear me? Now it's about to hit the stove once I heat it up. Y'all gonna follow me along this journey. We about to make some steak and gravy, you hear me? Alright, y'all, we about to slap this on the skillet, you hear me? The heat be out of control. So I slapped it down and I'm cutting the heat down. I'm gonna let that cook down for 4 minutes on both sides with the grease nice and hot. So the trick that I'm doing is I'm getting a good sear and it's gonna create fine at the bottom of the skillet. I say it in every video, but each different type of meat has a different fine. It makes a different type of gravy. This about to be a beef gravy. Y'all gonna see what I mean. The juices from the steak is gonna start releasing and it's gonna make a really good gravy. Beautiful. Pro tip. A lot of times you will be tempted to flip it over, but you gotta give it time to develop a sear. You don't want to be flipping your food too much. Let it do its thing. Let it do its thing. Don't be afraid to cook. Let it cook. Let it cook. Okay, y'all. Now I flipped it, and this is what I'm talking about. See that brown stuff at the bottom? That's what I call fine. Well, it's called fine in the cooking world. You hear me? And that's why you gotta let your meat cook down so it can look nice, brown, and crispy. You hear me? You don't see how beautiful that looks? And then on top of that, you develop a flavor profile. I'm taking y'all on this journey with me. If you know, you already know. But if you don't know, I'm teaching you now. Yeah, man. This is just some universal cooking lessons. Okay, y'all. So my next step is I'm gonna portion some flour. I'm gonna add it to it, make some gravy. Then I'm gonna add my what they call it? I don't know. The aromatics. The aromatics. I'm gonna add the aromatics, and then it's gonna turn into a fire little beef stew, some beef gravy, whatever you want to call it. You hear me? But that gravy gonna be fire. Y'all gonna see. Okay, y'all. I'm about to show y'all how to make this roux real quick. Using this vine. So I got equal parts vegetable oil to this grease. And I'm I'm using the fine from the steak to help me make this roux. The heat gets so hot. Gotta make sure that I control the heat. So I'm gonna end up having to add some water to this to help deglaze this. I added a little bit of water, started my roux. Now I'm adding my aromatics. I'm using one hand, so I can't really scrape this little bit that I want to. Let me start deglazing this. So I'm gonna add some salt to this to help it deglaze the fine at the bottom, and it's gonna start mixing with my roux. I'm gonna show y'all as I go along. It's just hard to do it with one hand. Okay, so I'm cooking down the roux with the onions. I'm deglazing the bottom of the skillet, letting it get all that flavor before I add some more water. Then add my steak back in. And potatoes. Okay, y'all, so I added the water. This is how it looks like at first when you first add the water. I'm gonna let it thicken up. So now I'm about to start adding my seasonings. I should have pre-topped this first. Okay, y'all, I got the tops off the seasoning to make it easier. So now I'm seasoning my gravy. Season it to your liking. If you like a little bit more, go ahead. If you like a little less, add less. My rule of thumb when I'm seasoning my gravy or whatever I'm making, I use all the seasonings that I used on the meat that I cooked with. So I just use garlic, onion powder, Tony Sachery, about to use some curry powder. I feel like my trick with the curry powder is just squeeze the bottle. A little bit of cayenne pepper, just a little bit. You don't want too much. Then you stir it in. So now that I got the gravy seasoned, I'm about to add the meat back in. So now I just add my meat back into the pot. And I got some potatoes. And don't ask what type of potatoes. So now I just let it smother and cook for the next hour or so. Constantly stirring, washing it. Every 2 minutes stir. Gotta let it cook. It already looks like it's about to be good, but when it's the finished product, it's just gonna be so well polished. You're gonna see, and I'm gonna see, and we're gonna love it. Okay, y'all, video over. Steak and gravy, baby. Look at the potatoes. See, I knew that I was gonna be done once the potatoes was done. The meat was already cooked perfectly. All I did was smother it down, give it extra flavor. The potatoes about to be the icing on top. Let me plate up steak and gravy. Okay, y'all, this the finale. Y'all gonna plate up with me. Let me get a potato and get a small piece of the meat. Meat, fat. I want to save this in the gravy. Let it soak in longer. Right now, I'm just about to get the meat and potatoes with the gravy. See, this gravy is what I want most. Ooh, ooh. What y'all think? Okay, y'all, we at the end of the video. Chef's hungry. I made the steak, potatoes, smothered steak, whatever you want to call it. I'm ready to dig in. You heard me? Get some of that potato, some of that gravy and rice with some of them onions. Smell no. Spicy, flavorful. I added a lime to it. Thick gravy. It's like the flavors dancing. I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10.